My PH specialist is in London, in South Kensington, but it does take about 2 hours to get there. Now, when I first got diagnosed, the appointment time meant that I had to take the Peak train, which was about £40 per person. Now, this was every 3 months at first diagnosis, so that was a lot of money. And then we realised we could ask to change the time, and it was after peak time, but it still ended up being £32 to £35, so it was still a lot. I'm lucky that we get my PH medication free on the NHS, but especially in winter, I'm very prone to the flu and stuff like that, and getting colds and coughs, so I do go on antibiotics regularly. At one point I spent £36 in 1 week on antibiotics and other medical tablets. Insurances are terrible, absolutely awful. Travel insurance. We were supposed to be going to Australia. We got a quote for £2,500 to insure me for 3 weeks to fly to Australia, which we thought was absolutely crazy. I think it's very unfair that we're having to pay extra just because we've been given a condition that is not our fault. Financially for Terry, I think he feels okay, much more than I do. We do have a joint account, and I'm always borrowing from that joint account because I need that extra bit of money. Terry doesn't mind, but that does affect me financially, because there are things that I need and I can't afford. And I'm like, oh Terry, can I borrow, I don't know, £20 this week? I need to go and get something. And he's absolutely fine about it. But I'm an independent woman as well as being married, and it hurts me so badly having to ask my husband to borrow money. Finances are at the top of my mind, and I've lost sleep over it, worried that we're not going to have enough money for something. And I feel it's very sad.
When I first met her, I never really thought about the financial side as much. And then later on I realised the finance side, it's hard for her to have a job, and a full-time job for that. I mean, she's done enough education to actually get opportunities in life. But to work as much as I do, there wasn't much chance of that. We are looking at our bank accounts quite often. I was thinking about it at one point to borrow some money to get things done. I just don't want to go in a downward spiral where you keep borrowing from your family. And it is hard because obviously there's no two incomes coming in. It's basically my income. But it's also something that I chose. I married her knowing full well this, and I'm prepared to go for what I need to do to basically become financially happy. Financial stress is one of the worst things. As long as you set a plan out, which we've done, and we can see how long it will take for us to pay everything off, we could get there in the end. Well, we should get there in the end. I'm confident I will get there in the end.